Hi, folks. My name is Daniel Cubas. Thank you for joining me on another video here on Danny's Corner. I create these videos to make people aware of the problems or the challenges that we as people who are blind face on a daily basis. So if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing, sharing, giving a like to this video, and most of all, to watch these videos to the end and see what you learn from them. And today I'm going to talk about free speech. When does free speech become a right to attack someone? When does it become free speech to making somebody else's life miserable? When does free speech stop and pain begins? Or are we allowed to use free speech just so we can destroy others? I'm trying to ask this question in many ways to see if you get what I'm trying to get to with this. There's a huge problem right now when it comes to free speech and other things that the Constitution is not very clear on, or people have either misinterpreted or they don't really understand. This includes myself. And I just want to explore these things and to see where we can find some common ground and definitely have a conversation about it. So I remember when I was a kid back in the 1990s when somebody like Rush Limbaugh, whom I encountered during my teens, I remember mocking Bill Clinton. And this was a significant thing. I didn't know who this person was. I just was turning the dial on my radio when I heard this guy. And I knew that it was Bill Clinton that he was mocking based on the accent and on other things. And I didn't know what far right or far left meant. I just wanted to search for something. And so what ended up happening is after about a year or so, I decided to again scan stations, and I found myself listening. And when I mean by listening, I'm talking about just for a few minutes, as some of you may do with this video or other videos on YouTube. You listen, you like what you hear. If not, you just click next to the other videos or to something a bit more interesting. And so that's what I did. And me liking conversation and thinking that this is a really good thing to do, I stuck for a while. And it was clear to me that within 5 or 10 minutes of me listening to people like Dennis Prager or Rush Limbaugh and other people who started in the talk show radio format and that now you see on TV, they quickly started to criticize the left in a really bad way. And I'm not saying that the left doesn't do the same thing. I'm just telling you what I experienced, because at that point there was more right-wing radio talk shows than the left. So again, this is just my experience, and this is my opinion. With that said, I remember that hearing Alex Jones for the first time, it was not on the radio this time. I had encountered him with different videos on YouTube, and he was extreme, to say the least. And I said, when is this going to stop? Because there was a pattern that I started noticing about each of these people. And that was criticizing the left. Everything was taken to an extreme. And the reason why this hit hard to me, not that I was particularly angry or insulted, because there was nothing to be insulted or angry about in my case, because I didn't have any political affiliation. I didn't consider myself left or right. I was just a person who was listening to something, and I found people yelling at one another, even at callers, and Alex Jones was the most vocal of them all. I would hear him scream at the top of his lungs and hit tables or whatever he was hitting. Just in case you guys have missed it, I am completely blind. And so I only rely on my hearing to know what's going on around me. So with this said, one of the things that I found really annoying was this. Sorry. One of the things that I found out that was really annoying was this whole yelling thing, this disagreeing vehemently, that we were not able, even back then, to hold a conversation like civilized people. And this is where I want to stop with this video. Again, a lot of these things I feel passionate about. And so when I think that I'm going to make these videos and I think, oh, it's going to be one video, it's going to be short, I always end up talking about something personal that relates to this. And this is what makes these videos a little bit longer. And this is why oftentimes there's a second part. Because what I want to do is not just talk about what the news says or what the article says and it's a shut case. No, I want to get to the bottom of things. I think each topic that I discuss or that I like talking about, I like finding another layer to it. I always find that whenever I think about these things, I'm thinking about things or topics, I should say, that I should bring up way before I bring them up. So way before I had this idea of creating a YouTube channel, I decided I want to talk to people about several things. So what are some of those ideas that I want to talk about? So I made a list, and then I just went with my first video, and then it went from there. And I want to thank all of you for the views. Even if you are clicking and clicking off, it's still a view, regardless. You're still hearing me, which is a great thing. Because I don't think in today's thing of, I don't know, argument, because what it is not news. It may disguise itself as news, but it's more opinion based. And so it seems more like, instead of news hour, instead of presenting us the news, what people are doing more is presenting their opinion first with a little bit of news and calling that news and or information. I think a lot of people will agree with me that we want news. If you want to have your opinion about something, do a show on that. do a full hour show or whatever it is, a podcast, or start a YouTube channel the way I'm starting one, and give your opinion. But when you are working at a job and you call yourself a journalist, or you work at some media giant company, and your job is to write the news, report the news as it is, that's all you do. I know each and every one of us has an opinion about things, but if we want to share it with everybody else, let's do it on another platform and not get it mixed up with news. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share, like, leave a comment or suggestion telling me that you are enjoying this content. Again, as I said, I come up with ideas every day, and I have videos that I have not uploaded to YouTube, but I have already made, just in case something I'm not able to be with you a certain day or whatnot because of my disabilities. So anyway, thank you for joining, and we'll talk more about this on another video. Bye.